love him. I love having his support. You know what I'm saying? His support is like very, very different from what I've had in the past, and how he speaks to me and stuff is very different. There you go. We deserve each.
This tea is going to blow your mind, so hold on to your chairs. Claressa Shields believed she understood everything: love, devotion, and a future with Papoose. She was so enamored that she believed everything he said, every assurance he gave her, and every grin he gave her in public. However, the reality was harsher, colder, and darker than anyone could have imagined behind the cameras and the flawless Instagram pictures. It is said that Papoose was engaging in a risky double game, while Claressa was daydreaming about eternity, spending Christmas with Remy Ma. His daughter's birthday was celebrated with Remy Ma once more. Claressa believed they were creating a life together during this time. And now for the startling revelation. According to reports, Papoose is the father of Remy Ma's unborn kid. The breach is on a magnitude no one anticipated, and documents purportedly verify the pregnancy certificates that were disclosed. Not to be overlooked is the financial aspect. According to reports, Papoose and Remy Ma paid for their expenses with Claressa's money. Claressa, however, continued to believe that their romance was genuine. It's a complete delusion, a prelude to immense grief. Naturally, 50 Cent isn't holding back either. For everyone to see, he is making fun of, revealing, and shaming Claressa's blind love. From day one, he made the call. Papoose is a cheater, opportunist, and playboy. Claressa's darkest worries have now come true. Her public image was caught in the crossfire of scandal and betrayal, and her trust was destroyed. This goes beyond mere rumors. It's a tragedy, a full-fledged emotional roller coaster of astonishment, deceit, and despair. The narrative is far from over, so stay tuned, and the receipts never stop arriving. The world is watching every explosive moment unfold, even if Claressa Shields was caught off guard.
I want to have 2 more fights this year. Then after that, take off a little bit time, maybe have a kid or something, and then come back and fight some more.
It doesn't mean I'm not going to have time for the other kids, but it does mean that I have a new baby and I have to focus and give that baby my undivided.
It's the light-skinned girls who think they just so pretty, and just because they born light-skinned that they just all that. That they can come up with shit.
My best friend, I talk to him about everything, you know, and when like the time is right, you know, people want details of how long.
Hold on tight, because what you're about to hear is the kind of celebrity drama that not only shocks but also upends the fans' preconceived notions. Once a confident, proud, and loving woman, Claressa Shields is now living in an unimaginable nightmare. The man she thought would be her forever, the one she trusted the most. Papoose is accused of using that trust as leverage. What appeared to be a romance straight out of a fairy tale was actually a carefully constructed deception, a front for treachery, opportunism, and dishonesty. Papoose allegedly planned a parallel existence while Claressa openly celebrated milestones, shared smiles, and painted pictures of a blissful partnership. Christmas and her daughter recall that Mackenzie's birthday was supposedly spent with Remy Ma rather than Claressa, the lady who had won his heart. A shocking discovery that casts doubt on every social media post, every public image, and every muttered pledge. And it's not the end of the storm. Remy Ma is reportedly pregnant again, and the child is Papoose's, according to a leaked pregnancy report. This is neither rumor nor conjecture. The extent of the betrayal is described in documents that have allegedly been authenticated. Claressa claims that the person she referred to as her future, her partner, and her love has been living a lie in front of her. Never one to back down, 50 Cent didn't let this go unnoticed. He exposed Claressa's naive love through social media interviews and scathing commentary, making fun of her for falling for a man whose playboy lifestyle, side chicks, and opportunistic tendencies were obvious from the beginning. He warned that Papoose's intentions were never pure and called it before anybody else could. Claressa's world, which was previously full of hope and trust, has now been destroyed. All of her favorite memories and kind words suddenly feel like staged performances meant to control her. Allegedly, financial exploitation contributed to the heartache. Claressa's assets were allegedly utilized by Papoose and Remy Ma to fund their covert existence. Allegedly, Funds meant for stability and shared aspirations were diverted to pay for expenses and bills for a life Claressa never experienced. She thought there was a happy story, but every dollar and every gesture was a part of a trick that was too complex to understand. It has been suggested that her perception of Papoose as dedicated, loving, and loyal was a lie. It is impossible to exaggerate the scandal's emotional impact. Public scrutiny, followers' real-time reactions to her heartbreak, and social media buzzing with leaked data, photos, and updates that validate every concern she had yet dared not face all exacerbate Claressa's heartbreak. Layers of misery, treachery, and public humiliation are added by 50 Cent's constant exposure, and the purportedly leaked pregnancy certificate that confirms Papoose's child with Remy Ma. Claressa's personal sorrow has turned into a spectacle, with each tear and response scrutinized. Papoose is said to be more opportunistic than just manipulating emotions. According to reports, he manipulated financial channels for his own benefit in addition to betraying Claressa's trust. Public records and insider accounts indicate that the extent of the deception includes financial exploitation, well-concealed affairs, and emotional manipulation. Allegedly, every party, public appearance, and social media post was used to create an illusion of joy while the reality was being revealed behind closed doors. Once a representation of power, Claressa Shields is now the victim of the greatest betrayal. Apparently planning a life outside of her with another lady and an unborn kid, a man she loved and with whom she shared dreams. There is more to this scandal than just heartache. It is a cultural shockwave and a striking example of the highest level of trust being betrayed. A heartbreaking story in which innocence is exploited and love is weaponized. There is no denying this revelation's spreading impact. The public, fans, and followers are all appalled by the way that aggressive exposes by celebrities like 50 Cent, social media comments, and leaked documents have turned personal tragedies into viral spectacles. The story serves as a warning about dishonesty, treachery, and the public revelation of personal heartache. Every accusation and report depicts a relationship based on deception, a nightmare-turned-love tale, and a scandal that will make headlines. The public aspect of the exposure exacerbates the severity of Claressa's emotional state. According to reports, Papoose's behavior, which included balancing private parties, public appearances, and covert connections, shows a man who never meant to commit and whose manipulation allegedly affected money, perception, and Claressa's own reputation. In addition to a breakup, fans around the world are seeing a planned string of betrayals that have destroyed Claressa's inner world and destroyed her trust. The layers of dishonesty in this tragedy are astounding. Every holiday, social media post, relationship milestone, and public presence is said to have been a cover for a private existence Claressa was unaware of. The final blow is Remy Ma's claimed hidden pregnancy, which was verified by documents that were leaked. The last piece in a puzzle of heartache, deceit, and treachery. In order to make Claressa's narrative, her anguish, and the scandal itself indelible, stunning, and impossible to ignore, 50 Cent's constant exposure heightens the emotional intensity. Public opinion is an unrelenting courtroom that analyzes every behavior, every relationship dynamic, and every document that has been released. Despite being extremely personal, Claressa Shields' sadness has become a cultural phenomenon and a viral tale that combines tragedy, controversy, and fervent rumors in a way that only the life of a celebrity can. The plot is allegedly pushed into combustible area by Remy Ma's pregnancy and their covert celebrations, while Papoose's decisions have allegedly left her vulnerable, manipulated, and financially exploited. Nobody anticipated the whirlwind of betrayal, heartbreak, financial manipulation, covert pregnancies, and social media exposure. The world is watching in real time as Claressa Shields, the woman who loved, trusted, and believed, faces an emotional reckoning. The revelations continue, and the controversy is far from over. Every one is more startling than the others. Each one feeds the flames of public spectacle, heartache, and viral drama. The storm only became stronger. Claressa Shields had to face layers of betrayal that went beyond emotional destruction. They went further, piercing the pillars of public perception, personal dignity, and trust. With Papoose in the center, planning a life that Claressa was never supposed to witness, the story turned into a spectacle of heartache, scandal, and manipulation as the world looked on. According to the purported truth behind his activities, he was a master of duality and deceit, maintaining one life in the public view while clandestinely constructing another. The moments Claressa thought were full of intimacy and devotion were actually a skillfully staged illusion, according to people familiar with the matter. It is said that Claressa and the world were persuaded of a loyalty that never existed by every public dinner, photo opportunity, and social media post. Papoose was apparently busy keeping up relationships with Remy Ma and other unidentified side interests while she was preparing for the future, which supposedly included joint funds and public appearances that solidified the image of stability. The celebrity world was rocked by Remy Ma's leaked pregnancy certificate. According to reports, it was evidence that Claressa's trust had been betrayed and her love had been weaponized, confirming a secret existence she had been blindsided by. Her private agony became a public trial as every fan comment and online post analyzed her heartbreak. Every detail, rumor, and leak was magnified by social media, resulting in a viral storm that closely examined Claressa's emotional state. According to reports, the financial shenanigans involved more than just poor management. Claressa's resources were allegedly utilized by Papoose to keep up appearances for Remy Ma, pay bills, and further his covert life while keeping Claressa in the dark. Claressa's close friends said that she was devastated, unable to comprehend how someone she loved so much could be planning such a complex treachery. 50 Cent's constant criticism revealed more than just her heartache. It furthered her public humiliation by making fun of her for putting her trust in a man who was renowned for his opportunistic behavior. The emotional toll is enormous. Although the evidence suggested otherwise, Claressa allegedly attempted to cling to optimism, trusting in Papoose's love and taking every gesture as sincere. Social media evidence, insider reports, and leaked data all pointed to deliberate exploitation. Her grief was no longer personal. It turned into a spectacle. Her perception of a relationship was shattered by each disclosure, revealing to the world that what appeared to be love might actually be a well-constructed facade by Papoose. According to reports, Claressa suffered a severe psychological injury. She reportedly experienced periods of shock, sobbing, confronting friends, and even doubting her own judgment. Fans flooded social media with support, fury, and bewilderment at the extent of alleged deception, while public emotions ranged from shock to sympathy. With Claressa caught in the middle and forced to deal with treachery, exposure, and financial exploitation all at once, the story changed from grief to an enormous scandal. The purported manipulations went beyond financial and romantic relationships. According to reports, Papoose's covert activities, private correspondence, and covert parties with Remy Ma were all carefully orchestrated to keep everything under wraps, keeping Claressa in the dark until the leaks came to light. The alleged betrayal's scope is astounding. To give the impression of allegiance, private parties are concealed, social media photos are carefully chosen, and financial transactions are concealed. The intensity was increased when 50 Cent revealed the affair, highlighting Papoose's opportunism and Claressa's naive trust with comedy and contempt. His comments, which combined tragic discovery with viral comedy, implied that Claressa could have prevented her tragedy if she had listened. Incredulous fans responded, "There is no denying the terrible aspect." Claressa allegedly had a profound, passionate, and real love for Papoose. However, it turned out to be the same tool used to trick her. According to reports, she was devastated not only by love betrayal, but also by the realization that the life she believed she was creating on a public, emotional, and financial level was never real. According to reports, the news of Remy Ma's pregnancy validated all of her doubts, fears, and unspoken realities. There is more to this issue than just celebrity rumors. It's a study in emotional destruction, deceit, and manipulation. Every facet of Papoose's purported dishonesty, covert pregnancies, financial exploitation, and covert relationships adds to a story that puts Claressa through a public trial of her own heartache. She has allegedly become a figure of both pity and viral interest due to the mix of leaked documents, insider stories, and social media evidence. 50 Cent's constant publicity has magnified the tragedy, and as more leaks and purported reports come to light, the viral shock wave keeps growing. Claressa's mourning is described by friends, admirers, and onlookers as unmatched, a mixture of melancholy, betrayal, and rage at the man she most trusted. In addition to allegedly humiliating Claressa, Papoose's double life has sparked extensive media coverage, arguments, and broad outrage. making this affair one of the most talked about celebrity betrayals in recent memory. Every alleged financial blunder, covert meeting, and calculating smile was intended to persuade Claressa of loyalty, while covertly supporting another existence. The public nature of her loss adds to the emotional intensity, transforming a private tragedy into a viral hit. The mix of financial exploitation, treachery, leaked pregnancy confirmation, and 50 Cent's disparaging remarks guarantees that the controversy will continue to go viral, startling viewers and destroying Claressa's reputation and emotional state. A story of widespread celebrity betrayal is illustrated by the extent of Claressa Shields' anguish, which was exacerbated by the revelation of covert pregnancies and financial manipulation. The controversy allegedly leaves her emotionally broken, under public scrutiny, and forced to face a world in which devotion, love, and trust were used against her. This narrative is far from finished, as evidenced by the viral impact, fan comments, and social media hysteria. Claressa's heartbreak is a painful, emotionally charged display for everyone to behold, as the controversy only gets worse with each leaked detail, insider report, and public criticism. Claressa Shields' scandal, betrayal, and heartache reached a level few could have predicted. Claressa was left reeling when the whole extent of Papoose's deceit allegedly came to light, exposing layers of manipulation, covert transactions, and emotional exploitation. Remy Ma's pregnancy bombshell was just the beginning. According to sources, Papoose led a second life behind closed doors that was so carefully planned that not even his closest associates realized how opportunistic he was. Claressa, according to insiders, is shattered and finds it difficult to reconcile her private life with her public persona. She claimed that the man she trusted, loved, and dreamed of a future with planned a life in which love was a ruse and loyalty was a show. As leaked documents, photos, and insider accounts vividly depicted Claressa's anguish, social media erupted. Every post is examined, every response is broken down, and every tear is shared. The emotional destruction is said to have been made more harsh by the financial exploitation. According to insiders, Papoose and Remy Ma utilized Claressa's money to support their covert lifestyle, paying for festivities, bills, and appearances while keeping Claressa in the dark. Apparently, what Claressa believed to be a partnership and affection was actually a calculated abuse of her wealth and trust. 50 Cent turned a personal tragedy into a viral spectacle by exposing Claressa's naive attachment and making fun of her for falling for the manipulation with his forceful and unrelenting manner. According to his remark, Claressa's sadness was the consequence of misguided faith. Papoose's opportunistic inclinations were an open secret, and his intentions were never sincere from the beginning. According to reports, Remy Ma's leaked pregnancy certificate verified that the child was Papoose's, escalating the controversy and driving Claressa to the verge of emotional breakdown. Claressa's private tragedy became a public trial as a result of the astonishment, indignation, and incredulity of her fans and followers. Every internet post made her sorrow worse. Every leak validated the betrayal, and every comment analyzed her suffering. The story became a viral tragedy that no one could ignore due to the emotional severity of the situation, financial exploitation, and covert ties. Papoose is said to have engaged in more than just emotional betrayal in his habit of concealment, opportunism, and manipulation. According to reports, he planned secret parties, secret communications, and private financial plans to keep up appearances while Claressa was in the dark. Every birthday, holiday, and public persona was meticulously planned to give the appearance of loyalty. Claressa, who had previously been self-assured and in love, now had to face the ultimate reckoning, even if the reality was much more upsetting. Allegedly, a man she trusted had used their friendship as a weapon to further his own agenda. Claressa was allegedly horrified by the psychological toll. According to friends, she is emotionally broken and finds it difficult to comprehend the extent of deceit and treachery. Her sadness was exacerbated by public exposure, as social media users scrutinized every detail, leaked document, and insider revelation. A perfect storm of mental trauma, public humiliation, and viral controversy was produced by 50 Cent's unrelenting exposure, financial exploitation, and covert pregnancy. A discussion concerning opportunism and manipulation in celebrity connections was also sparked by this incident. Papoose's alleged deeds, the secret child, the covert festivities, and the financial exploitation all point to a story in which love is turned into a tool for deceit and trust is turned into a weapon. The public disclosure of Claressa's anguish serves as a sobering reminder of the thin line separating fact from perception in relationships involving fame, wealth, and power. As fresh leaks, insider information, and public criticism emerge, the scandal keeps developing. Once private, Claressa's heartbreak, a combination of tragedy, betrayal, and startling revelations, has gone global. The final discovery was not only stunning but heartbreaking because it was claimed that every financial transaction, every private encounter, and every carefully manicured public image helped create the illusion. The story's viral momentum is maintained by 50 Cent's unrelenting commentary, which highlights Papoose's purported opportunism and magnifies Claressa's anguish. Claressa's attempts to cling to love, loyalty, and trust were allegedly met with deliberate dishonesty. Fans, insiders, and commentators have all begun to analyze her mourning as a show. A portrait of betrayal that is as public and emotionally charged as it is emotional is painted by the leaked records, allegations of financial abuse, and the confirmation of Remy Ma's pregnancy. It's more than just heartbreak. This viral tragedy, which combines celebrity culture with controversy, deceit, and emotional destruction, is a masterclass in manipulation. Claressa's situation continues to be tragic as the narrative progresses. The man she had considered a partner allegedly used love and trust as instruments for control, opportunism, and secrecy, creating a life in which she was oblivious to the truth. The scandal's viral nature, heightened by leaks and 50 Cent's publicity, guarantees that every turn, every disclosure, and every poignant moment reaches millions of people, transforming a private sorrow into a public spectacle. The story of anguish, controversy, and betrayal on an unparalleled scale is created by the combination of the intense emotions, financial manipulation, hidden pregnancy, and unrelenting exposure. Claressa Shields is allegedly now facing the harshest truth. The life she imagined, the guy she trusted, and the love she trusted were all components of a meticulously planned falsehood. The public, media, and fans keep an eye on the story as it develops. Every new disclosure adds emotional weight, viral appeal, and shock value. The pain is indisputable, the tragedy is evident, and the viral impact cannot be stopped. Claressa's story is allegedly a turning point in the history of celebrity scandals because of the combination of covert pregnancies, financial exploitation, manipulative relationships, and public exposure. Claressa's personal betrayal has become a viral story of pain, deceit, and public interest due to the emotional destruction exacerbated by social media scrutiny and hostile opinion. The scandal is still going strong. Claressa's anguish, Papoose's purported opportunism, and Remy Ma's covert pregnancy continue to be at the forefront of an emotionally charged spectacle that the world cannot ignore as each fresh leak, insider disclosure, and public response feeds the flames of viral drama. This is allegedly a tale in which one woman's sadness turned into a viral tragedy that millions of people saw. Love, trust, and devotion were turned into weapons, and deceit ruled supreme. The world is currently observing as Claressa Shields' anguish transcends beyond a narrative. It's a cautionary tale of public exposure, deceit, and manipulation that went viral. The shocking disclosure of Remy Ma's pregnancy, the secrets, the leaks, and Papoose's alleged deceit have transformed what was once private suffering into a worldwide discussion. Every photograph, document, and detail attests to the fact that this was more than just heartache. A woman was caught off guard, taken advantage of, and publicly humiliated as a result of a planned string of betrayals. As additional purported facts surface, social media is exploding. Fans are furious and followers are shocked. They're all more terrible, intense, and gloomy than the last. Unbeknownst to her, millions of people witnessed the manipulation of Claressa's life, the weaponization of her trust, and the manipulation of her love. Every comment, response, and post is now analyzing the extent of treachery, transforming this story into a viral courtroom where viewers serve as both witnesses and judges. One thing is confirmed by the purported use of Claressa's money to fund a covert lifestyle, the clandestine parties, the meticulously manicured public personas, and the revelation of Remy Ma's pregnancy. This narrative is anything but typical. This is unadulterated passion, heartache intensified, trust shattered, and deceit exposed in the most brutal and visible manner imaginable. Every fan, watcher, and internet user is a part of this developing story, witnessing the collision of betrayal, tragedy, and viral controversy. The story isn't finished, so keep your eyes open. The heartbreak, the leaks, and the disclosures are only getting more acute, frightening, and unavoidable. The world will be discussing Remy Ma's covert pregnancy, Papoose's purported dishonesty, and Claressa Shields' suffering for months to come. This is the kind of controversy that doesn't just create headlines, so pay close attention, speak up, and spread the word.